What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Jay Cancer, and you're tuned into another episode of Streaming with Jay. This is a little bit of a serious topic. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe for more content and other stuff. You know how I do. Content, weirdness, deviance. It's all the same thing. Anyway, now all jokes aside, this video is about two kids who was in a standoff with cops, and this was like about a couple of hours ago, like a day ago and whatnot. And these two kids are just sitting there at gunpoint, pointing a gun at the deputies during a standoff, and it lasted about 6 minutes. That's what the video frame is. Now for copyright issues and stuff like that, I'm not going to put too much up, but I'm just probably going to show pictures of it. You'll probably see a picture, you know, in the whole thing, but this goes to show you like a whole thing that we have an issue with gun control and gun violence and stuff like that with kids. But I'm sorry, I gotta be that guy, and I'm definitely gonna be that guy today. Two white kids were pointing a gun and had like they were like cops and robbers, like they were running from the police. And to be honest, I am not for the bullshit that what is this video where they took this long to get these kids. Or like, you know, and in the video they take the gun away from the kid and whatnot, because I think they startled them at one point of the video, and because they shot a beanbag at it, and then you can hear like the female officer in the back, honey, we don't want to shoot you, honey, we, you know, you're not in trouble, and obviously lies and shit, because they're definitely in trouble. These kids are cooked, you know. These kids are cooked. They're going to juvenile detention. They're doing this. And my thing is this: how stupid are you of your parents to not know where your kids are coming from, you know, or what they're doing or what they're involved in? And this is part of that gun related statistic that kids injure themselves or worse by playing around with loaded firearms. And these kids' parents are in a world of trouble, because I want to know how in the hell that these two kids got access to a gun. This took place in February of this year, so this was like 3 months ago. But now I guess the body cam footage is coming out and whatnot, and you hear the officers yelling at the kids, and it's a 7 and 9 year old and whatnot, and they point a loaded gun at the police, like I think once or maybe twice. I'm not quite sure, but I'll link the full video for you in the description. And you can make the description for you. You can make the judgment for yourself. By the way, if you think these kids should be under the jail or the book thrown at them, please make sure you like and subscribe and whatnot. So anyway, back to the main thing at hand. They stood there for about 6 minutes and 42 seconds going with these kids about drop the gun. And then these kids are stupid, but they're like not. We try to give them credit for, like, you know, for things that they do, because sometimes kids say the darnest things, but these kids are sitting here passing the gun to each other. Meanwhile, there's an overhead camera or a drone looking at these kids, and they're passing it to each other constantly and hiding it behind their back. And they realize these kids are literally looking at the cops and going, no, I don't have it. I don't have it. We see you got the gun, kid. Put it down. I got it. It's pointed down. Put it on the ground. Like, and this is the idiocracy that kids do. And I get it. Kids are kids. At the end of the day, they don't know any better. And at the end of the day, I get you. But once the thing that you gotta understand is that and I gotta be that guy. If it was black kids, these kids would have got gunned down. I recall a same story where there was a black kid with a water gun outside of the park, right? And the cops rolled up, and they feared for his life, and instead of talking to the kid, laced this kid up like a Call of Duty gameplay, like straight up gun this kid down. Now my thing is, granted, yes, oh my God, you making it a black or a white thing, but it's just like, come on, when you see things like this, right? And you see how long it took the cops to do anything. And when I mean anything, it's like they was in a standoff with these kids. Meanwhile, you know, and it's just hard to ignore. You know, you got these kids sitting there with a gun in their hand, aiming it at you several times, and then the cops decided to load a beanbag, fire it at one of them. And I think they didn't want to hit the kid with the beanbag, but because I think they said it in the video that they were going to aim at the wall, like aim at the wall next to the kid. And then you hear one of the cops like, I don't want to 80-48 a kid, you know, or, you know, 86-48, same difference, you know. I don't want to do this to a kid, you know, because, you know, they got to live with that. They got to go home and look their kid in the eye and be like, yo, I just literally killed you today. Like, you know, and no cop should have to deal with that and whatnot. And shame on the parents for not knowing what their kids are doing. And it's like, how do you mess up so bad at parenting? Like, your kids can be this resilient and this poised on doing dumb shit during a standoff, like not listening to the cops at all. And then eventually, finally, the cops get it under control. And then there was this one cop that literally grabbed the kid by his arm and whatnot, like some pure dad energy, and was just like, yo, I'm whole fed up with you. You're grounded forever. Like, straight up, like, slapped him up. You go into the playpen forever. It's 7 and 9. Not even old. So, and also, by the way, this took place in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, my thing, it's just, where are we going with society with kids? And, you know, and that's one of the things, you know, the kids were aiming, but they were facing towards the other cops that fired the beanbags at them. The other side was totally clear. I'm sorry, I would have cleared my partner all the way up to that place and then had him run up, grab the kids, because the kid always had the gun down at one point. It was only when the cops fired at them, they aimed at the cop's back, which is crazy. It's wild me even saying that. And the cop just like, F it, ran up there and snatched the gun from the kid and put it on there and just grabbed him up. And then, you know, I don't know if the kids got put in cuffs and whatnot. You know, this is the perfect ad for a condom campaign for birth control. Like, because if you can't keep your kids from doing stupid asinine shit like this, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, the kids didn't listen to a single word anybody was saying, you know. And my thing is the anxiety, me as an adult watching these kids play hot potato with a freaking loaded weapon. That's what I'm thinking. And the thing is, you know, what's going to happen when these kids get older? Because I doubt that we're not going to see any more of these kids. We're going to see them in something probably in the future or whatnot. But now, what I think, and I want to know if you agree with me in the comments, leave it in the comments. I think the parents should be charged with negligence and child and public endangerment. So if you agree with me, leave that in the comments and let me know what you think about this video. So I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you're new to the channel, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, Jay, and I always appreciate that. Love your faces. You guys take it easy, and come on, people, let's do better. Get your kids together, man. I'm telling you, I ain't trying to get got by a 7 and 9 year old. That's getting survive the hood and whatnot, and I'm getting got by a 7 and 9 year old in the streets. It's crazy out here. Let them sell weed like normal people. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.